All right, Garrett Johnson here with Nick Taylor. Nick, when you think about your pre-round routine, obviously you get to the range, but before you even get to the golf course, like what are the things you like to focus on with your body and warm up and things like that?
Yeah, I like to get here plenty early. I don't really feel in a rush. So if that's anything, coming 2.5 hours usually is kind of my routine. Have some lunch or breakfast, whatever my time is, and then I'll see my trainer, do a bit of work on the table, make sure my body's all lined up, and do a warm up in the gym. And again, kind of ease my way into the warm up. I usually go putting first and then hit last before I go to the tee. But again, no need to be in a rush because I feel like you can be nervous or anxious at any time. So getting in a rush just would amplify that. So kind of taking my time is definitely a good thing for me.
And when you're with your physio, like how much time are you dedicated to each thing with stretching or with overall like working your body out?
Yeah, usually 30 to 45 minutes would be on the table to in the gym. If the body's feeling good, the table works 5-10 minutes. It's more so a stretch. So some weeks are longer than others, but pretty general, 30 to 40 minutes there. And then, warm-ups, if it's warm out, I might not be much more than an hour, but usually I'm hour and 20.
Yeah. And then in terms of food, diet, like what do you want to have? Like high proteins kind of before your round, or like what's your diet look like for a meal?
Yeah, pretty standard. I feel like my more focus is on the golf course. Sometimes we tee off around lunch, so with the warm-up in there, I'm eating a couple hours before that. So you got to be mindful of, I like to have banana, sometimes PB&J, macro bars, anything to kind of keep the diet steady. Like I said, if you're out there for 4.5, 5 hours in the middle of meals, you got to be conscious of it because I think once you're actually hungry, it's probably too late to eat your food. But just try to be mindful, snacking constantly.
For sure, and I want to ask you too briefly, when you close out your PGA Tour wins, the 3 wins that you have so far, what was that like, or at least the first time, getting that first win on Sunday, back 9? How do you deal with the pressure? What worked for you?
Yeah, you try to just be in the present moment. It's easier said than done, but I think in those situations I've done a good job of being in that, not paying attention to what other people are doing, looking at leaderboards, just focus on what you're doing on the shot at hand. And a lot of them have, the putter's been hot, which has been nice, and just staying in that moment. So it's been fun. Hopefully I can get a few more.
When it comes to talking conversations with your caddy over a shot, you're on the back 9, it matters, in the thick of it. What is that like? How do you usually want to have a conversation go as you kind of stand over a big shot?
Yeah, you hear a lot of guys talk about process. It's definitely something that we do, going through the shot at hand, reading the lie, the conditions, where you want the ball to land, stuff like that. But Dave's great at in between shots, trying to disengage, try to keep it loose. As much as you can lower expectations and not be too serious out there, I think you play with more freedom. So that's definitely stuff that we try to focus on.
So what kind of topic will he switch to kind of lower things? Is it hockey? Are you talking other sports? Or what kind of thing does
it's
he?
Anything. It's just trying to make me laugh, essentially. Probably make fun of me most of the time, but anything. Right now, hockey's an easy topic, but pretty much anything.
Yeah. And lastly, what's your favorite hockey game you've ever been to in your life so far as a Canadian?
Probably not actually been to, but watching the gold medal game in 2010. I was in college. We had a bunch of buddies around the TV, and it was U.S. versus Canada, and Crosby kind of won the goal in overtime. There was obviously something very memorable. Kind of where were you in that moment? So I wasn't there, but that's definitely the most memorable game that I can think of.
Nick Taylor, always appreciate the time, man.
Thanks, Aaron. Appreciate it.